I'm Andy, by the way.
Sorry.
I feel like I should just start by telling you a story. Yeah, something really interesting happened to me this past Monday, and I've been telling my friends about it, and I think you'll all enjoy it also. I was in my apartment, and my roommate wasn't around. So I thought to myself, well, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity by, masturbating naturally, right? But I wanted something different this time. I wanted something, something to make it, less, make it less apparent that I'm alone. so I thought, I'll go out to my car to get my lube, make it more enjoyable for myself. Why is my lube in my car? I'm not going to get into that. I'm in a time constraint right now.
Oh shit.
But anyway, so I leave my apartment shirtless to go and get my to get the lube out of my car, and then I get it.
Everything's going great. Yeah, I drank already. My bad.
No, don't worry.
Is it on? Okay, that was weird. That was part of it. I planned that.
Put some lube in the mic.
I put some lube in the mic. Yeah, this guy knows what's up. Yeah.
Continuity.
Yeah. They told me that I couldn't sodomize myself with a microphone, but I'm gonna prove them wrong. Yeah. Anyway, so I go outside shirtless to get my lube, and then I'm on my way back to my apartment. This is like 20 feet between my car and my apartment, mind you. And so I've been working out at the gym recently. I'm not like super ripped or anything, but I'm showing like I've noticed I'm like slightly bigger than I used to be. And I thought, I'm gonna be vain here. I'm gonna be a little vain and look at my reflection in the car doors as I walk back to my apartment, right? So I do that, thinking nothing of it. And then I go into my apartment, masturbate with the lube. It's amazing. And then I clean myself up, but I'm going to class. Then I open my door, and there's 4 cops with bulletproof vests at my front door. And I'm like, hello. I instantly don my white guy voice, to increase the probability of surviving the encounter. Because looking like this, my chances aren't very good. This isn't my real voice, by the way.
Pepsi.
Yeah, 2 years of speech therapy. To get rid of my niggerdom. Yeah, the niggerdom of my voice. Anyway, so yeah, I'm like, hello, how can I help you guys? And so long story short, somebody called 911 on me when I was outside shirtless getting something from my car because they thought that I was drunk and trying to break into vehicles. And yeah, so I thought to myself, well, that's not true. That's what I told them. I was like, no, I was just checking myself out in the mirrors or in the windows because I'm vain. And they were like, and one of the cops was black, so I think he realized, like halfway through the interrogation, he realized what was going on, what had happened. And what had happened was, that was a little slip from when I used to speak more black. Anyway, what had happened was someone had called 911 on me because I'm assuming they were white, and I'm assuming they were a woman, and I'm assuming that they had never seen a black guy outside of Fox News. So, yeah, and they saw me, a black guy, not only a black guy, but a black guy in person. Not just a black guy in person, but a black guy in person near them, and shirtless. So at that point, I'm sure they were already like, their mind was just spinning with all the nightmarish things I was going to do to them, and their cars. So yeah, they just did what any reasonable person would do, and they just, they called the authorities to, put me in my place, make sure that I'm, being law-abiding and whatnot. And yeah, so that was that story. Yeah, sorry, there's no punchline. That kind of just is my fucking life.
Your life's the punchline.
I was late to class, by the way. by like 30 minutes. This is why I think it's so hilarious that UCSB students that are white or any minority or anyone who isn't black, they like have the audacity to be offended at me when I say nigger or something like that, right? I just say the word. Being black myself, by the way, they get offended at me for saying something like that, and I think to myself, you know what? I bet you were the bitch who called 911 on me. I bet you're like trying to shame me for saying a word right now, but then I bet you're gonna go home, see a shirtless black guy getting out of his car and go, you know, he's up to no good. I've gotta do something. I gotta save my family. What does my family have to do with this? I don't know. I'm an irrational white bitch.
All white bitches.
Yeah. Anyways, so moving on to other jokes. I don't know if I can after Jesus. Okay. Oh, speaking of black people and procrastination, I'll tie them together. Don't worry. I know they seem unrelated. I like to procrastinate on all my assignments for my classwork and stuff, my papers and whatnot. And I thought to myself, wow, I must have gotten my procrastination from my father because he's been procrastinating on being a part of my life for the past 20 years. I've never met him. He's more of a myth than anything. He's much better procrastinating than I am, I think. I haven't seen the guy once. Oh, so moving on to less racially charged things. Porn. And I say less racially charged because nobody watches black porn.
True.
Nobody. No, raise your hand if you like go out of your way to watch porn with black people in it. Yeah, that's what one guy, 3 people? Oh, I'm surprised. Yeah. I don't.
It's like tell a different joke.
I don't. I don't watch porn black. I mean, if they happen to be in there, I might give them a chance, But usually I just like exit out and go to a proper video. Yeah. Anyways, so I find it really difficult trying to budget my time with porn watching because that's what I have to do these days, being a busy college student and all. And like between my busy life and my roommate being around all the time, I gotta there's not a lot of time to do it. So it's really hard when you click on a video. First, you gotta find a good video. That's really hard. It's harder than it seems. And then you finally find a good video, and then you're like instantly now that you're pressed for time, you suddenly find all these like really cool looking videos. Like really snazzy titles and stuff, like in the suggested section. Like and before you know it, it's like 4 a.m. I've got like 20 tabs open. And I'm just glad my roommate hasn't come home. Because I don't masturbate when I watch porn. I don't jack off. I just kind of watch it with a blank face like this. Again, very, very lonely. Very lonely. Just want to drive that point home. Yeah. So yeah, really hard budgeting that. Another reason that you shouldn't like black people. We don't blush. Or more accurately, we do, but you can't tell because the red is very covered in the darkness. It's obscured in the darkness. Anyway, why shouldn't you like them? Because they don't blush. Because a person blushes when when they're feeling something, right? You can't tell when a black person is blushing, and you can't tell they're feeling, which means you can't trust them, and you should probably call 911 if you hug them, and they don't make a fucking facial expression or something. I don't know. I'm still just kind of upset about the whole thing.
Triggered.
Yeah, very triggered right now. Yeah. And so that brings me to my next point about how when I do these jokes, I make race jokes and whatnot, and gay jokes and rape jokes and all these kinds of really awful dark jokes because I'm a piece of shit. And sometimes I forget that but when I say I'm a piece of shit, I mean I don't actually do any of the things I'm joking about, right? But sometimes I forget that when I joke about the things that I joke about, people actually are doing those things, I joke all the time about how women comics aren't funny, right? Which is why you're going to be extremely disappointed in a few moments. You laugh because it's he's not actually sexist, right? But there are actually people who believe that somewhere, right? And There's actually people, for example, I don't know, who call 911 when a black guy does nothing but walk outside without a shirt. I don't even have any tattoos. Yeah, maybe that joke's getting old. I don't know. I'm not really up here for your amusement, to be totally honest. This is more of a cathartic experience. Yeah. So, moving on to Molly. Not a person. I always think it's a person. So whenever people always, like, when I first came here to this school, because I didn't go to a school before this, that, where a bunch of students do drugs, because I went to a nice school. I'm just kidding. I went to community college. Way too many black people there. Way too many. This school doesn't have that problem. Not at all. I felt kind of uncomfortable at first, but I was like, you know what? I kind of like it. Gonna have to deal with, those hoodlums, being outside shirtless and whatnot. Anyway, so when I first came into the school and people were doing drugs and whatnot, and they were asking me if I wanted to do drugs, said no, of course, because I'm not gonna admit to you people that I've done drugs. Anyway, so when people say, yeah, you guys want to do Molly? At first I thought, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, we're all us 7 guys, we're all gonna go do Molly later. You wanna join us? Do you wanna go do Molly together? And I'm like, are you guys, I was like, wow, I was just thinking to myself, must be a really adventurous woman. She must be trying new things, or maybe she's just been she's been into it, the whole group thing, for a while. I don't know. So I asked about it naturally. I was like, so is it consensual? Is it, at least you're not gonna date rape anyone, right? And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, you're gonna go do Molly together? And they're like, no, it's not a person, it's a drug. I was like, oh, really misleading name. Really misleading. And then I found out that it's actually just ecstasy, right? X. Back in my day, it was called X, but you fucking kids call it Molly now for some reason. I don't know why. I say kids because I'm probably a few years older than you guys. And because I'll take any excuse I can get to make myself feel like I'm better than anyone else. Because, the narcissism is really all that keeps the shotgun out of my mouth, to be honest. Really alone. I really want to drive that home. Yeah. All right, last 2 jokes here. First one's about AIDS, so you can imagine how that's gonna go. One of my friends recently got married, and I made the joke that he got married to her because he wanted to lock her down before she realized that she's way too attractive for him. Yeah. And so I thought to myself, it's an even better way to lock somebody down before they realize that that they're too good looking for you. AIDS. Just give them AIDS. Where are they gonna go? Who are they gonna be with? They have fucking AIDS now. No one's gonna want to have sex with them. I mean, and you gave it to them, so you have it naturally. Obviously, it's given. So you're really now their only option. And last joke is, I love it when those people who are nauseatingly modest. They're you compliment them on something good job. And they're like, yeah, thanks. Really, it's not anything. I'm not really that good at this. I've learned that it's really fun to just agree with them. Because now they've put themselves in a position where talking shit is what they want. What they it's a positive. So they're like, yeah, I'm really not that good at what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're really awful at this. Maybe you should just go, do something else. Just don't do this anymore. Or confidence. I just accidentally put my mouth in the mic. I'm sorry. Whoever's next, you can have AIDS. It's my plans to lock whoever is next down with AIDS. Locking you down with AIDS. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So then they're like, yeah. I'm just like, I don't know if they're really happy. I'm like, you're really a really happy, outgoing person. I like that you're, so full of energy all the time. And they're like, no, man, I have my bad days. You know, I'm just like everyone else. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You're right. You're just like this really non-unique, just generic, non-happy. You're just, you actually, now that I think about it, you look really depressed today. Maybe you should go kill yourself. Yeah. And then they look shocked, and I'm like, what? You're the one who just said that you're just like everyone else, not full of energy, not happy. All right, this is getting kind of depressing. So that's it. Who's next?
I am. Andy.
Sorry. Did you want to? What?
Jordan wants it.
I want the AIDS, man.
Yeah, he wants the AIDS.